What if we could fundamentally change how we value our planet? Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the Kayan Project. It's a truly groundbreaking initiative that's forging a direct, powerful link between global finance and large-scale ecological preservation.
And here's the absolute heart of it. The Kayan Project is all about transforming a vital, living ecosystem into something brand new, a mathematically verifiable, profitable, and totally sustainable digital asset class. This is a bold vision, for sure. It's the blueprint for what could be a trillion-dollar nature-based economy, one that's actually built on trust and technology.
So that brings us to the core investment thesis here. We are talking about the creation of a completely new kind of environmental asset, one with incredibly high integrity. It's really about monetizing natural capital at a scale we haven't seen before, a scale that can attract serious institutional investment and meet a massive, growing global demand. Now, let's talk about the market reality, because this is where it gets really interesting. The voluntary carbon market, it's projected to absolutely skyrocket past $100 billion by 2030. Corporations everywhere need a reliable, large-scale supply of high-quality carbon and biodiversity credits to hit their net zero goals. And that is precisely the need that Kayan is designed to fill. Okay, but this isn't just some abstract digital concept floating in the cloud, right? No way. The entire system is anchored by an immense, tangible, real-world asset. So let's take a look at the sheer scale of this physical foundation. First off, let's just talk about the size. We're looking at 8.68 million hectares. And this isn't just a random collection of plots. It's a massive, contiguous forest area that makes up a critical part of the globally recognized heart of Borneo. And within that huge area, well, that's where you find this incredible store of value. The project is estimated to hold over 20 billion tons of CO2 equivalent in potential offsets. This captures the immense carbon value from primary rainforest, from vital peatlands, and even from mangrove blue carbon. And this is absolutely crucial for any long-term investor. This whole thing is secured by a 60-year conservation agreement. That kind of multi-decade stability is essential. It's what gives institutional capital the confidence to come in and provides a secure foundation for decades of value creation. All right, so when you put all of that together, the sheer scale, the massive carbon capacity, and that rock-solid long-term agreement, you get the pillars supporting an illustrative $1.5 trillion valuation scenario. Now, that number is based on the potential market value of its vast carbon and biodiversity assets. It's a crystal clear example of how a physical, natural asset can be set up for decades of financial growth. One of the biggest hurdles in this entire space has always been trust. How do you really prove the environmental impact is real? How do you avoid greenwashing? Well, Kayan's core technological innovation is designed to solve that exact problem. And this slide just shows you the night and day difference. The old way, the traditional way, relies on these infrequent manual audits, a lot of rough estimates, and it's created a massive trust deficit in the market. The Kayan standard just throws that out. It replaces it with a digital twin of the ecosystem, using real-time sensor data to give you cryptographic certainty. We're talking about a fundamental shift from estimation to immutable proof, from we think to we know. So how do they do it? It's this really cool proprietary 4-layer technology stack that acts as the engine of verification. It starts at the macro level, up high, with satellites and drones. Then it goes down to the micro level with something they call an Internet of Forests, basically a network of ground sensors measuring everything from tree growth to soil moisture in real time. An AI engine then crunches all that data, and the final output is a high-integrity, SEC-compliant digital asset minted right on a blockchain. Okay, so we've got the physical asset and the incredible verification tech. The big question is, how does an investor actually get involved? That brings us to the financial architecture. It's a pretty sophisticated structure called the Mother Token Ecosystem, and it's designed to capture value from every single part of this project. Right at the heart of this whole ecosystem is the Kayan Security Token, or KST. Now, it's really critical to understand this part. This is a fully regulated SEC-compliant digital security. It's not some speculative coin. It represents a direct contractual interest in the equity and the cash flows of the entire project. And it starts with an initial notional value, you can think of that as a baseline valuation for the offering, of $10 billion. So what do you actually get for holding the KST?
Well, it basically functions as an equity gateway. It secures your rights to multiple future value streams. This includes things like specialized sub-token spinoffs. For example, you could have a token that specifically represents just the blue carbon assets. It also includes pro rata shares, meaning you get your fair slice of the pie in the event of a traditional IPO. And it even includes equity in strategic infrastructure joint ventures that get built within the project area. What this does is it creates this powerful, self-sustaining value loop. Let's follow the money here. Institutional capital flows in through the KST. That money funds the technology and the conservation work on the ground. That tech then creates the verifiable assets, the carbon credits, the biodiversity credits. The revenue from those assets gets shared with the local community, which helps secure the physical project for the long term. And all of this drives value and liquidity right back to the KST holders. It's a beautiful, circular system.
Okay, this all sounds incredible, but is it real? Where is the project right now? Let's talk about execution. It's so important for investors to know that this is well past the good idea stage and is now guided by a very clear path forward. The project has already successfully navigated that initial complex phase of securing land access and doing the foundational planning. As you can see here, we are now at a critical inflection point. The current state is an integrated asset platform where the physical, the institutional, and the digital anchors are all in place. The project is officially transitioning to formal execution. And the way forward from here is crystal clear. This tri-track institutional roadmap shows 3 parallel work streams, all moving forward at the same time toward market realization. Track 1 is all about finalizing that mother token ecosystem. Track 2 is ensuring capital and market readiness through fully SEC-compliant channels. And Track 3 is the continuous deployment and integration of that amazing verification technology. And look, you just can't pull something off of this magnitude without the right people. The leadership team here brings together the exact set of skills that's needed. We're talking over 30 years of experience commercializing real-world assets with AI and blockchain, deep expertise in public sector innovation and rural development, proven on-the-ground execution in deploying technology for ecological projects, and veteran oversight and all the tricky regulatory and legal governance. It's the right team for the job.
So, to bring it all home, let's just revisit this powerful mission statement one last time. It really does perfectly encapsulate the entire thesis. It's about transforming a vital ecosystem into a verifiable, profitable, and sustainable asset class through a revolutionary fusion of nature, technology, and finance.